My beloved child, pause and breathe. Feel the air around you soften. Feel the room grow gentle. Feel even your own chest remember a slower rhythm. Do not look for fireworks. Look for the hush. Lean in, even now. Though your surroundings may look unchanged, the atmosphere has changed. The ground under your story is settling into place with a quiet that is not empty, but holy. This night is different. This night is mine. This night is yours. I am moving quietly around you and within you, beneath noise, beyond headlines, below the surface, where fear cannot counterfeit and performance cannot reach. This will not be a loud, sensational miracle that demands attention from the outside world. It is a sacred unfolding underneath your skin, in the chambers of your heart, within the pathways where your thoughts learn to brace for impact. My beloved, soften your jaw, lower your shoulders, let your hands unclench. Hear me as I ask you, what am I healing in you tonight that you can't see yet? You do not need to answer with words. Simply notice the first evidences. A breath that lands without panic, a thought that no longer spirals, a weight you carried so long you forgot its name, loosening without struggle. I am attending to the places you kept hidden because the world did not know how to hold them. I am not asking you to prove anything to me. I am asking you to notice me. Notice the gentle recalibration, nervous system peace replacing the old alarms, identity settling where insecurity once argued, tenderness where numbness tried to protect you. Where there was bracing, there will be belonging. Where there was rushing, there will be rest. Where there was self-surveillance, there will be safety. The shift is no longer future tense. It has started right now. Close your eyes if you need to. Let the night wrap you without suspicion. My movement tonight is precise and protective, not random, not risky. I am turning the page as the author who already knows the next lines and has secured the ending. You do not have to push this forward. You do not have to hold it together for it to hold you. This is not about faking courage. This is about receiving care, not noise but nearness, not pressure but peace. And I, your Jesus, am closer than your breath and kinder than your fears imagined. I mark this night with my hand. I whisper over you, be still and be remade. Inner healing will be your first testimony. Identity remembered will be your first gift. Lightness will be your first sign. Keep breathing, beloved. Stay here with me in the quiet. Everything sacred is already in motion. My beloved child, listen to me. I saw the parts you hid, and I never misread your silence. Your quiet was a language to me. Your pauses were prayers I understood before they reached your lips. I did not require you to be eloquent to be heard. I read the tremor in your breath like a verse with your name in it. I did not demand noise to validate your need. I did not mistake your shutdown for rebellion or your stillness for apathy. I knew. I know. I saw you in the car when you rehearsed brave answers you never had the strength to say out loud. I saw you on the pillow when the ceiling became a map of everything you could not fix, your thoughts racing in circles that never seemed to end. I saw you at work, smiling with practiced steadiness while your insides felt thin as glass. I saw you after the phone call that changed the room without changing a single piece of furniture. I saw you after the disappointment that stole words from your mouth and air from your chest. I saw you in crowded rooms where laughter was loud, but loneliness was louder. I saw you on the bathroom floor counting tiles just to steady your mind. I saw you, I saw you, I saw you. You grew exhausted from being the strong one while feeling fragile inside, and I did not call that hypocrisy. I called it survival. What they named overreacting was your heart trying to find oxygen under a weight no one else was carrying. What you called weakness was a wound asking for care. What looked like numbness was your nervous system guarding the last candle in a storm. I did not shame you for the ways you adapted to stay alive. I honored the wisdom your body learned when safety felt scarce, and I came close to teach a gentler rhythm. I counted your inhale and exhale when you thought you were breathing alone. I gathered your tears. None fell to the ground without touching my hand. I held you when you could not hold yourself, when even your own arms felt like too much. I sat with you through sleepless watches of the night, not impatient, not distant, but present as a steadying weight that did not require you to perform. I memorized the contours of your ache, not to keep you in it, but to heal it precisely, to touch the exact thread that needed loosening without tearing the whole fabric. And now, beloved, hear me. The same eyes that witnessed are the hands that are tending you tonight. The one who understood your silence is answering it, quietly, precisely, personally. You do not have to explain your pain to receive this care. You do not have to brace for correction. You are meeting compassion. Let the shame that glued itself to your story slide off in this light. The misreading ends tonight. My reading of you is true. My response to you is gentle but decisive. This is not loud intervention. This is skilled mending from the inside out. Be still under my touch. Breathe in the safety I am establishing. You were never invisible to me, and I am here now addressing what I have always seen, with a love that will not harm, with a precision that will not miss, with a peace that will hold while you rest. My beloved child, lean closer and let me rewrite the word you put over your story. What you called delay was design. What you named silence was strategy. I was not hiding from you. I was hiding something for you. I tucked the promise beneath my wing, not because you were unworthy, but because it was holy. I covered it in the dark, not to starve you, but to preserve you. This was preservation. You saw closed doors and assumed disfavor. I saw corridors not yet safe and sealed them with love. You met detours and called them failure. I charted them as protected routes away from ambush. You sent words into the void and heard no reply. I folded those unanswered messages into a tapestry whose underside looked messy, but whose face, now turning toward you, reveals a pattern of mercy. Every thread mattered, every pause, every redirection, every not yet was a precise stitch that held the fabric of your future together until the environment matched the promise, until your heart could receive without splintering. Hear me. Nothing was wasted. Not the years that felt like circling, not the seasons where repetition pressed you thin, not the nights you thought were empty. You were in a refining chamber, not a punishment cell. I was tempering your hope so it wouldn't shatter at the first impact, enlarging your capacity without tearing the seams, teaching you the weightlessness of dependence so the weight of blessing would not crush you. While you were grieving what didn't move, I was moving beneath what grieved you. While you were counting losses, I was counting readiness. While you were waiting, I was aligning. You mistook plot building for stagnation, but I, your author, have never been lost in your narrative. I wrote the prologue that made sense only in retrospect. I placed foreshadows that now rise as confirmations. I turned pages in silence because the story needed depth, not noise. And I, your Jesus, am turning the page now. The chapter you feared would never end is closing with my hand upon it, not because you pushed hard enough, but because timing is not a guess in my kingdom. It is a decree. Do not accuse the dark of theft. It was a vault. I stored what was sacred until the soil of your soul stopped rejecting what it longed for. I sheltered the tender shoots while the winds were still mean. I kept you from rooms where compromise wore perfume and opportunities hid snares. I loved you too much to let applause adopt you before identity anchored you. This is why some platforms never called back. This is why certain roads collapsed before you stepped on them. Protection, not punishment. Design, not denial. And now, because preservation has done its quiet work, tonight can heal you without breaking you. The same hands that withheld to guard are releasing to restore. Release arrives when the vessel is readied and the environment is purified. Both are true of you now. Breathe and receive the shift. The threads have been tied off. The page has turned. What was kept for you in the dark is emerging into light, and it will meet you as peace, not pressure, as safety, not shock, as promise, not proof. Keep your hands open, beloved. The waiting was never empty. It was alignment, and its fruit will be lasting. My beloved child, hear me. The miracle is inside first. This is the work you cannot photograph, but you will undeniably feel. I am restoring what the lens cannot capture, trust that rises without having to see proof, hope that no longer negotiates with disappointment, self-worth that doesn't borrow its value from a room's response, emotional steadiness that does not collapse under surprise, and the simple, holy capacity to rest without bracing for impact. This is not spectacle. This is surgery, not noise but holy repair. Not pressure, but peace. Not striving, but receiving. I am going to the roots, not polishing the fruit. I touch the fear loops that kept you circling the same conclusion. I unwind the hypervigilance that trained your shoulders to live near your ears. I lift grief that settled in quiet layers, sedimented year after year, until sadness felt like part of your personality. I cleanse rejection's imprint where it wrote false names over your identity. I am not ripping, I am releasing. I am not shaming, I am sheltering while I heal. Where your story learned to flinch, I am writing a new reflex. Trust. Where your heart rehearsed exit plans, I am rehearsing belonging. Beloved, feel me even now steadying your inner weather. Your breath is beginning to land. Your chest is remembering it does not have to guard the door all night. Your jaw loosens. Your spine uncoils a little. Your belly softens its hold. I am teaching your nervous system the sound of safety, my presence as the quietest, strongest tone in the room. This miracle will not feel like a rush of adrenaline. It will feel like a gentle loosening, like a hand releasing a knot you forgot how to untie. I am silencing false alarms. I am turning off sirens that never knew how to end. Peace is not arriving as a concept. Peace is arriving as your new baseline. You wanted outcomes to move. I insisted the origin be made well. Fruit without roots rots under attention, but fruit from healed roots feeds generations. I, your Jesus, am repairing the blueprint beneath behaviors, so future opportunities do not reopen old wounds, so favor does not amplify fear, so doors that swing wide do not drag you back into rooms your soul has already outgrown. I am making you safe to yourself, safe to feel, safe to hope, safe to carry good things without waiting for them to vanish. This is why I begin within. Lay down the tools you use to manage your own survival. I did not ask you to architect your healing. I asked you to remain close while I accomplish it. Open your hands. Open even the story you tell yourself about you. I am returning you to your original worth, unbargained, unperformed, unstolen. Shame is losing its vocabulary in my light. Self-accusation is drying up at the root. Where there was self-surveillance, there will be self-compassion anchored in me. Receive, beloved, breathe and receive. And as your inside steadies, the outside can change without stealing your calm. Blessings will not spike your pulse. New responsibilities will not resurrect old panic. Attention will not require pretending. The winds may move, but the tree will not topple because I have thickened the unseen, deepened the roots, widened the hold, saturated the soil. So when fruit appears, and it will rest easy on branches that no longer snap. Hear me and be certain, tonight's first miracle is internal. I am healing the roots so your life will bear lasting fruit, and nothing that comes next will have permission to unsettle what I have secured within you. My beloved child, lean into me now and release the need to manage outcomes you were never asked to control. I didn't ask you to hold the whole world together. I asked you to stay close to me. Put down the levers and dials you kept in your mind. Put down the calendar you used like armor. There will be no striving in this season, only receiving. While you sleep, I work. While you rest, I move what cannot be moved by worry. While your eyes close, mine do not. This is the economy of my kingdom: intimacy over effort, proximity over performance, trust over tactics. Hear me and let the rhythm settle you. While you were overthinking, I was arranging. While you were second-guessing, I was securing. While you were grieving, I was restoring. While you were apologizing for taking up space, I was enlarging your capacity. While you were tired, I was carrying. While you were making backup plans, I was completing the original one. While you were trying to predict loss, I was preserving gain. While you were waiting without proof, I was writing confirmations into the morning. Where you expended breath, I expanded pathways. Where you tightened, I tended. Where you stalled, I sealed and set in motion. I am not late, I am thorough, and I, your Jesus, am working now. Do not measure this by effort, beloved. This is inheritance, not a wage. I do not pay you back for performance. I deliver based on preparation. I have been preparing you, not grading you. The unseen purity you guarded, the small yeses you gave me when no one was watching, the endurance you carried through quiet seasons. These did not purchase my love. They readied the vessel. I didn't ask you to manage the miracle. I asked you to consent to it. I am not handing you a burden disguised as a blessing, nor a favor you must hustle to keep. What I give in love is sustained by love. The environment has been purified by my hand, and I am placing within you what cannot be repossessed by fear. So practice surrender with your body as you agree with me in your spirit. Unclench your jaw, unknit your brow, let your shoulders fall like curtains at the end of a long day. Open your hands as if setting down something heavy, because you are. Slow your breath until it stops trying to outrun tomorrow. Whisper your yes to me and let it be simple. This is obedience, to receive. Your softness is not laziness, it is alignment. Your rest is not avoidance, it is agreement with my activity. Let sleep become your sanctuary and your strategy. Do not feel guilty for going to bed. I do my finest weaving in the quiet hours when your mind is no longer arguing with my kindness. Understand this, beloved. The miracle is protected and executed beyond you. Heaven's logistics are not waiting for your micromanagement. They are responding to my decree. I have already initiated operations you cannot see, and I will keep them moving without the fuel of your anxiety. Your role is trust, closeness, and consent. Stay near, stay yielded, stay small in your own eyes and large in mine. Give me your yes and let it be unforced. As you sleep, I will stabilize the foundations I just healed. I will seal what I have sutured. I will anchor peace deeper than old alarms could reach. When morning touches your face, you will not have to manufacture certainty. It will be waiting for you, quiet and immovable, because I worked while you rested, and nothing in you had to strive to be made whole. My beloved child, listen closely. This night is a marked appointment, not a line on a calendar, not a routine hour passing in the dark. In the halls of the unseen, the decision has already resounded. Now it echoes toward your reality. I have convened my courts, weighed what concerned you, and rendered a verdict in your favor. This is not under review. This is not pending. That moment is now. The shift has started right now. Feel the echo arrive as more than words. It comes as a stillness that settles you from the inside, as clarity that threads through places confusion once knotted tight, as a softness where hardness tried to build a home. It comes as bitterness loosening its hold without a fight, as a surprising willingness to hope without bargaining for guarantees. It comes as your breath dropping deeper on its own, your thoughts no longer sprinting to worst-case endings, your heart consenting to warmth again. Do not call it coincidence, call it convergence. Heaven did not just listen to you, heaven favored you, and the favor has entered your atmosphere. I, your Jesus, declare over you with the authority of my eternal hand. This appointment is not fragile. What I am releasing, I am sealing. I set my signet on it. I stabilize what I place. I am fastening this work to the roots I have just repaired, so it does not shake loose under weather or watchful eyes. No thief can snatch what I have locked. No sudden storm can scatter what I have anchored. Not because you will hold it perfectly, but because I am holding you perfectly. This is a targeted release, a divine appointment bound by my authority, arriving in an environment I have purified. So resist the urge to interrogate it. Let peace be the evidence that does not beg for proof. Let the new sound within you, quiet, steady, assured, testify that the gavel has already fallen in your favor. Where your mind says, "Soon, hear me interrupt, now." Where your history says, "Be careful," hear me answer, "Be covered." Where your fear says, "What if this fades?" hear me decree, "What I have sealed will stand." That moment is now. The shift has started right now. Lean into me, beloved. Open your hands and keep them open. Agree with what I am doing by resting in it. I am moving the ruling from realm to realm, translating decree into experience, weaving verdict into your minutes and your mornings. You will notice it again and again. The calm returning when it used to run, the clarity lifting when fog once curled in, the tenderness reviving where armor once clicked into place. This is heaven and earth meeting inside your chest. This night is a marked appointment. What heaven has decided is manifesting within you now, and I will watch over my word to perform it while you rest beneath it in peace. My beloved child, hear me and rest your shoulders again. I have not left this to chance. Heaven is organized around your restoration. I have briefed my messengers with your name in heavenly ink, and they move now with precise assignments to escort, to guard, and to complete what I have authorized in you this very night. They are not spectators of your healing. They are participants under my command. They do not wander. They work. I have placed sentries at your thresholds, doorposts of your home, borders of your days, edges of your thoughts. Some come robed as stillness, some as timely interruptions, some as inexplicable safety that turns you left when danger waits to the right. They carry keys, beloved, keys to lock old access points where cycles once slipped in without knocking, keys to seal doors where attachments disguised as comfort kept you tethered to sorrow, keys to shut the hatch where tormenting memories climbed up uninvited. Hear the locks click in the spirit, the revolving door of panic fastened, the trapdoor of shame sealed, the side entrance of self-accusation barred. What once trespassed will now meet reinforced boundaries and find no passage. Others come bearing scrolls, sealed with my signet and now opening over your life. These are not ideas. These are enactments. The scrolls unfurl assignments that activate encounters and confirmations aligned to this marked time, conversations that arrive like keys in human hands, appointments that feel like you are being met rather than chasing, provisions that surface along routes you did not know existed. They hold maps to hidden resources, coordinates to favor, and language for reconciliations you feared were impossible. They are not coming to consider. They are coming to complete. Understand this, beloved. The mobilization around you is not spectacle. It is safeguarding. What is arriving is too holy to be interrupted, too delicate in its early growth to be trampled by noise or suspicion. So I have ringed it with order. I have assigned escorts to carry it past old ambush points. I have commissioned guardians to stand between you and the lies that once found you vulnerable at midnight. Do not measure your safety by the absence of opposition. Measure it by the finality of my authority. Resistance will find itself speaking to closed gates. Accusation will find no court willing to hear it. The ruling stands, and my angels enforce it. This protection is not only around your circumstances, it is around your mind, your sleep, your inner space. I have stationed comfort at the bedside of your thoughts to quiet the rehearsals that used to keep you awake. Night terrors will meet a wall. Hypervigilance will find no assignment because the watch has been covered. I send ministering ones to anoint the gates of your senses. What you see, what you hear, what you remember, so healing can go deep without being startled back to the surface. You will dream under supervision. You will rest under watch. You will wake to find peace where dread kept a pillow. So release the self-appointed guard duty you carried for years. You are not being careless, you are being carried. Hand me the old keys of control and let mine turn instead. Agree with the seal by staying soft. Agree with the escort by following the gentle nudge. And know this, because I, your Jesus, declare it over you now. Your healing is being protected and executed. Heaven is organized around your restoration. Sleep and let the holy logistics continue their work. My beloved child, listen to me and let this settle deep. The hidden season certified you. The silence you survived was not blank space. It was a refining chamber where your integrity met pressure and did not fold. I saw the quiet yes you kept giving when no stage applauded, the purity you guarded when shortcuts winked at you, the small obediences you chose while feeling unseen. You remained when running would have been easier. You told the truth when pretense would have paid faster. You stayed kind when cynicism felt like armor. I counted every uncelebrated choice, and I say it over you now like a seal. You are trustworthy. The wilderness did not disqualify you. It trained your hands and trimmed your motives until love, not performance, became your compass. It pulled competition out of your bloodstream and taught you the flavor of contentment. It broke the addiction to outcomes and built the reflex of closeness. Where others demanded platforms, you asked for presence. Where others chased speed, you chose steadiness. Do not call that season a failure, call it formation. I, your Jesus, watched your character hold when applause was absent and options were loud. That endurance in the shadows has summoned this moment in the light. You are not here by luck or by pleading. You are here by certification. Now, hear me. The false labels that clung to you in corridors of comparison are losing their glue. Too much. Not enough. Broken. Behind. These are not your names. I remove them like foreign stickers that never matched your original design. I speak my true names over you, beloved, whole, right on time, entrusted. You are not returning to a smaller version of yourself. You are returning to the original you, the one I spoke before fear wrote edits, the one who moves without apology into the space I allotted, the one whose tenderness is not weakness but wisdom. This is homecoming. This is alignment. This is you remembering who you are in me. I have expanded your spiritual shoulders. I have deepened your roots. I have widened the capacity of your inner life so that what comes next will not crush you with weight or inflate you with attention. Influence will not intoxicate you. It will pass through you like a river that keeps its banks. Provision will not own you, you will appoint it. Honor will not seduce you, it will steady others through you. Where there was fragility, there is flexibility. Where there was brittleness, there is holy resilience. You can carry good without bracing for it to vanish. You can love without collapsing into saving. You can lead without abandoning rest. Understand the bridge I am building beneath your feet. Inner healing becomes stewardship. I am not releasing prizes for display. I am entrusting assignments that carry my heart. What you receive next is sacred, not casual. Peace that anchors rooms, love that disarms fear, influence that serves rather than consumes. Walk softly but surely, stay low and remain near. Keep your hands open not to clutch, but to carry. Your hidden endurance was not unnoticed. It formed you for this trust. And tonight, in the quiet where angels keep watch and roots are mended, I commission the original you to rise and steward what has been preserved for this marked time. My beloved child, come nearer and let me speak as I lighten what has sat on your chest for too long. Tonight I touch the old weights by name so they lose their power to hide. Self-blame that narrated every outcome as your fault, I lift it. Resentment that kept you tethered to rooms you no longer live in, I loosen it. Betrayal residue that filmed your vision and made every kindness look suspicious, I wash it. Fear of abandonment that rehearsed exits before entrances, I quiet it. Fear of hope that taught you to dim your joy, to survive disappointment, I warm it back to life. The habit of bracing for impact, shoulders up, heart half present, I soften it until it forgets its job. I do this not with a wrenching tear, but with a healer's patience. I am removing, not ripping, releasing, not forcing. This is gentle but undeniable, slow but permanent, layer upon layer, like winter melting from the ground and making way for spring without a sound that startles the roots. I, your Jesus, lay my hand upon the layers and name the first one ready to move. I do not rush you. I do not shame you for how you survived. I know which threads to cut and which to leave until the weave can bear it. Forgiveness begins to flow here, not as denial of what hurt you, but as the key that unlocks the cell your heart has lived in. Forgiveness is not pretending the wound was small. It is deciding the wound will not be your warden. Blessing is not forgetting. It is choosing freedom. To bless those who wronged you does not erase the truth. It releases you from their gravity. Not numbness, but peace. Not denial, but redemption. Not amnesia, but a healed memory that remembers without reliving, that carries the lesson but not the lash. Grieve, beloved. I give you permission to honor what was lost, the version of the story that never came to be, the conversations you needed and never received, the security that was promised and withdrawn. Your tears are not threats to your faith. They are evidence that your heart is alive under my hand. Lament can breathe here without being corrected. I sit with you in it, and I measure it with mercy. And as grief exhales, you will feel the tightness release in quiet layers. First the obvious ache, then the subtle tension that hid under competence, then the old narratives that said, "It was all your fault," sliding off as lies lose their hold in light. Hear me. The reflex to brace for disappointment is meeting a stronger reflex, peace that takes the first watch. Where you once flinched at good news, you will settle. Where you once rehearsed losing, you will learn staying. Fear of abandonment is being answered by presence that does not leave. Fear of hope is being disarmed by hope that does not demand proof to begin. I am not asking you to perform this. I am installing it. The alarms are being recalibrated. The sirens are going silent. Your nervous system, once trained for threat, is being tutored in safety by my nearness. This is how fear leaves, layered, witnessed, replaced. As these weights lift, discernment returns like clear water after a storm. You will see people as they are without panic, boundaries as love and not punishment, Next steps as invitations and not tests. No will no longer require a collapse into guilt. It will carry the softness of wisdom. Yes will not be driven by pressure. It will rise from peace. You will recognize which doors are yours by the absence of striving, which rooms honor your healing by the way your breath deepens in them. I will guide you to make edits without drama, to step back without fear, to step forward without apology. What once took hours of mental rehearsals will arrive as a simple knowing. Peace, not pressure. Clarity, not compulsion. Steadiness, not speed. So, beloved, agree with me now. Whisper with me, even if your voice trembles. I release self-blame. I forgive and am released. I bless and am free. I renounce the pact with bracing. I welcome hope without bargaining. Let this be your worship, to let go. I, your Jesus, declare over you this night. Old weights lose their authority. Grief is honored and healed. Forgiveness opens the gates. Fear unwinds in quiet layers. You will sleep lighter and wake safer inside, because what I lift, I do not lay back down, and what I heal, I seal with peace. My beloved child, listen to the room within you now. There is a new sound. It is subtle but sovereign, quiet but undeniable. The tone of peace installed as your baseline. Not peace that waits for a headline. Not peace that bargains with outcomes. Peace that is evidence of my hand, arriving before circumstances rearrange, remaining when variables shift, steady where old alarms demanded noise. This is the music of a healed root playing through your minutes. It hums under conversation, under decisions, under the places where you once reached for proof to believe. I, your Jesus, am giving you a peace that does not require explanation to exist. It is not fragile, it is placed, it is kept. Where you once reacted, you will now respond. Where you spiraled, you will steady. Where you chased closure from people who could not close what they never opened, you will trust my closure and rest. The same situation that used to pull you into rehearsals will meet a you that doesn't audition. The bait of urgency will dangle and find no bite. The pressure to define yourself by outcomes will knock and discover a door that does not open to strangers. You will notice the pause I have built in you, a sacred second where you breathe, you listen, and you move from presence instead of panic. That pause is not delay, it is dominion. Discernment sharpens now, beloved. You will recognize what is not for you faster, and you will bless it as it passes without negotiating yourself down to be chosen by it. You will not counsel your soul into compromises that cost your peace. You will not explain your no to those who benefit from your confusion. Your yes will rise from rest, not from fear of missing out. Your boundaries will carry kindness without collapse. You will know your rooms by the way your breath deepens in them. You will sense extraction and gently step back. You will sense alignment and quietly step in. This is clarity without combat. This is wisdom without the weight of worry. And now I speak into your night. I lay my hand upon your brow and bless your sleep. Let your mind find the shore. Let your dreams be curated by kindness. Nightmares lose their authority here. They do not get the final word. Anxious loops meet a gate closed by my peace. I station comfort at the threshold of your thoughts, so rehearsals cannot run the stage. Your body will remember that safety and stillness are friends. The ache behind your eyes will loosen. The breath that kept out running tomorrow will slow and settle into now. You are not irresponsible for resting. You are in alignment with my watch. Sleep. Covered. Sleep. Kept. I work while you rest. This peace is not an intermission. It is your posture. It will be the stance at the next door, the atmosphere you carry into rooms that used to intimidate you. the cushion beneath conversations that once frayed you thin. You will receive what comes without clutching and without apology, no striving, no bracing, just agreement with me. Hold this new sound as your compass, quiet, sure, holy. I have stabilized your heart, and it is ready for what's next. My beloved child, hear me as night holds you and the first light gathers at the edge of your horizon. You will not wake up as the same person who went to bed. Tomorrow will not be carried by yesterday's pain. The old scripts have been silenced mid-sentence. The morning that meets you will meet a you who is held, who is whole, who is ready. This is not hype, it is holy. This is not noise, it is a new nature settling into place. Tonight I have finished what couldn't be hurried and begun what cannot be undone. So I commission you now. Receive this as assignment, not spotlight. I am not putting you on a stage. I am entrusting you with a stewardship. Guard your peace the way you would guard breath. Protect your intimacy with me as your first appointment, not your leftover time. Honor your healed boundaries like newly built gates, kind, open when I say open, closed when I say close. Carry tenderness as authority. Host rooms with calm that steadies others. Let your yes stay yoked to rest and your no drip with kindness without collapse. This is responsibility wrapped in rest, influence carried with humility, authority that keeps its knees on the ground. Open your hands, beloved. Stop self-punishing for seasons you survived. Lay down the rehearsals of worst-case endings. They are not your teachers anymore. Choose closeness over control, relationship over relentless planning, abiding over analyzing. When anxiety offers you the old levers, remember, I did not ask you to manage the miracle. I asked you to remain near. If you feel the urge to brace, breathe and bless instead. If you feel the pull to perform, pause and receive instead. This is inheritance, not a wage. This is alignment, not achievement. Let the new sound within you, quiet, sure, holy, be your compass. And I, your Jesus, am finishing what I started. What I preserved is now being released in you. I turn the page as the author who knows the ending and names you secure within it. I stamp my signet on the work I have sealed. I call you entrusted, not endangered, commissioned, not scrutinized, welcomed, not merely allowed. You are the home I have prepared for peace to live in. Now hear my benediction over your morning. When your feet find the floor, they will land on kept ground. Your first breath will agree with me before your thoughts remember how to try. Doors that are yours will not make you chase. They will recognize the peace you carry and open in time with me. Walk softly, walk surely, walk with me. This was always yours. Step in, beloved. Everything is waiting for you. Amen.